I was one of those Christians that was, at the last minute, was going to put my hand up. I was convinced, I was going to die of cancer or whatever. But twice in one day, I never would have had the chance. I grew up in a Christian family. Met Margaret 48 years ago, I suppose. Long, long time ago now. She was playing squash, or trying to play squash, when I met her. And 47 years on, that's it. She lived in North Balwyn, went to the Balwyn Church of Christ, got married over there, so nothing in common. She's never done anything sporty in her life, and I've done everything. Like ships in the night, really. Sadly, it would be deemed to be not a good marriage on my behalf, because I was in the sporting arena all my life, doing everything, chasing things around the world, doing what I wanted to do. Marathon running, squash, golf, martial arts, VFA umpire, field umpire, triathlons for 10 years, basically everything, and ignored the family and everybody in the process. Was absolutely foul-mouthed from a young age. A lot of times I swore that much I didn't even know that I'd sworn, especially in front of people, and that was a bit embarrassing. Everyone that knew me sort of knew that they would cop it if I got a bit fired up. Up until 18 I was forced to go. The day I got my licence I never went back. Never. I go occasionally with Margaret on special occasions. Margaret's been going to the church for 40 years. Probably one of the longest life-serving members, I think. The kids grew up there, went to Sunday school there. October the 20th, 2008, just went to work and picked up an extension lead and got a pretty bad zap. The ambulance came, did the checks, and they said, look, you best go to hospital. It's only 5 minutes away to Ringwood. The ambulance that turned up was a micro ambulance, one of the pretty flash ones. They said, look, we don't need this ambulance, we'll send it away and get another one. And so they just put me in the back of the ambulance, sat there with the paramedic. For whatever reason, the driver turned right through the red light, and a 10-tonne truck just went straight through the ambulance. And unfortunately, as I was in the back, unrestrained, I got pretty, not badly knocked about, but enough. The intersection was shut for 2 hours, so it was a pretty serious accident. Ironically, the second ambulance was behind us, and he took the driver, myself, the paramedic, to hospital in the second ambulance. It didn't seem to be too bad, and then as time went on, things got worse, one thing after the other. Got epilepsy out of all this. About a month after the accident, I was feeling pretty bad, and Margaret said to me, you should come to church. And I said, oh no, why? I haven't been for 40 years, what's the point? Anyway, I went along and I was sort of feeling a bit sorry for myself, and I met David at the door. He just asked me how I was, and I just casually said to him, I think we should have a bit of a chat. I don't know why I even said it, I really don't. It was just like an off-the-cuff type thing. But you know what David's like, he's like a dog with a bone. And a couple of days later, he rang me up and he said, about that talk, and anything one led to another, and made a commitment, and that was that. Wow. Much to Margaret's joy, because she'd prayed for me for 40 years, which is a long time, an awful long time, and she put up with an awful lot. And so that's where it all turned about. I'd had counselling with David the week before I went forward, and it was fantastic. It really was. There was so much emotion, as there is now, and but it was just great, and the people in the church came around, and it was because Margaret had been going there for so long and put up with so much, and to finally make that commitment, it was just fantastic. A big changing point in our marriage was probably 3 years after the accident. I thought about it at length, saying sorry to Margaret. And being a man thing, I really couldn't bring myself to do it. I thought, she'll be right, she'll forgive me. And she had. Sort of went in the lounge room and she said, what's the matter? And I said, I just want to have a talk to you. And sort of sat down and I just said, look, I want to say I'm sorry and we both cried and hugged each other. And it was a bit ugly there for a little while, but it was a really, I think in 42 years of marriage, that was a defining moment of just a commitment to each other that I don't think we had before. But look, I was given a second chance, and I've grabbed it with both hands. And there's never been a doubt in my mind that, would you prefer to go back to the old life, or would you? No.